Oh. Welcome to Meaningful Mornings. When our children are in the car, I sometimes try to engage them in LT. LT means looking time. It's time to look around at the trees and the trains and so on. Or I'll try to engage them in QT. RT, which means reading time. Read about Canada, read about the body. And I'll also try to engage them in QT, which is quiet time. You don't have to look, you don't have to read, just be quiet. These verbs aren't for them, these verbs are for me. Meaningful Mornings is the same way. This is not looking time, this is not reading time. This is quiet time for you. As much as you're seeing others and you're hearing others, Meaningful Mornings is about being quiet. When you are quiet, you benefit. And naturally, in your quietude, everyone else benefits. When our children are quiet, that is the right Atma, the right Ananda. Bhagavad Gita is unimaginable in terms of depth. I feel in this chapter, all of us have come to understand and appreciate that more. Which is why I strongly discourage anyone, a beginner seeker, an intermediate seeker, etc., from exploring Bhagavad Gita by themselves. If they do this without a guide, the idea is right, the execution will be wrong. With such depth, one has to follow one who already knows these depths. We do this in terms of traveling. If you've never skydived before, not that I'm encouraging you to do so, but you have to go with someone, correct? Scuba diving would be the same way. You go higher, you go deeper, you have to go with someone who knows that height, that depth. And if you're not resonating with what I'm sharing, you will after the shloka that we're going to study today. Reviewing this comprehensive verse that we just flowed through, verse 17. Bahi anga sadhana. Sadhana means discipline. Anga means this body. Bahi means outside. These are technical words. Bahi anga sadhana are disciplines that are oriented towards preparation. Oriented towards preparation. In the context of this chapter, it is working on reducing deservership. Antaha anga sadhana. Disciplines using the body as a reference, that are inside. They are closer. It's like shifting from physical movement to mental movement. These are disciplines not in the form of preparation, but in the form of process. These are the disciplines where we work on doership. So that you're clear about this, preparation is studying for an exam. Process is writing the exam. Do you see the difference? So Bahiranga sadhana, I'm preparing for the final disciplines. Antaranga, I'm engaged in the final disciplines. Shri Krishna shares, when the intellect is absorbed in tat, then that is moksha or freedom. The logic of this is doership is expressed in the intellect. The ego, imagine the ego doesn't have a language, but its language comes in the intellect. When an infant is hungry, what does it do? Cries. When an infant learns words, what does it do? I need food. It's the same sentiment, but where is it expressed? How is it expressed is different. So if the intellect is absorbed in the spirit, that also implies the doer is absorbed in the spirit. So the intellect is absorbed, which means the ego is absorbed. Then what has been revealed or rediscovered for one is tat. The last words of verse 16 are tat param. This shines for one. One's identification is with the spirit. In verse 18, the word tat is used 3 times as a means, that is inspiration, reflection, contemplation. That leads to the 4th time this is used, which is meditation. Tat is the subject matter for chapters 7 through 12. Shri Krishna is shifting away from Tvam, which is about Prince Arjuna, to Tat, which is about him. And you can see that strongly in this verse, these verses. Further on, Shri Krishna talks about how when one is in the spirit, as the spirit, and one is not born again, this is called technically Videha Mukti. Deha means body, Videha means without body. Mukti is already there, whether there's a body or not, but now that freedom is without this body expressing. Technically, this is also called Kaivalya. Kaivalya, there is only oneness. Keval. Keval means only oneness. There's not even an equipment for existence to express as. One can only engage in inspiration, reflection, contemplation if their lifestyle is oriented towards purification. That's the Bahiranga sadhana. Preparation, purification. Process, inspiration, reflection, contemplation. 2 simple ways that I try to make my lifestyle purification oriented is unitasking and remembering. Unitasking in our silence language is concentration. And remembering, that's collaboration or japa. We continue. Verse 18 is a famous verse that indicates one who has let go of enjoyership, has let go of ego. This is a lakshana. This is a pointer towards those who are wise. Verse 18, Vidya vinaya sampanne brahmane gavihastini shuni chaiva shvapake cha pandita samadarshinaha. We'll pick up on the word panditaha first. When you hear the word pandit, I feel your mind instinctively goes to a ritual. I've shared with all of you, the word pandita means the one who collects. Not cell phones, not gold watches, the one who collects insights, vision. They know the philosophy and they have practiced this philosophy. Shuddha, that is their lifestyle, which enabled them to practice Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. And so now they're perfect, perfectly happy, with or without the body. They're perfectly happy. In their happiness, how did they live? What are they thinking? Vidya vinaya sampanne brahmane. To a brahmana, one who is studying and sharing scripture. But how thoughtfully Shri Krishna shared this brahmana's vidya, knows, and vinaya, is humble about this. Shri Krishna is sharing this because sometimes a brahmana who studies and shares, they don't know, and they're definitely not humble. The corruption of our varnas is because of such brahmanas. That I know this and you don't, so I'm going to capitalize on this. That I'm higher, which naturally means you're lower. But Shri Krishna specifies what a brahmana should be. Next is a gavi, which is a cow. Hastini, an elephant. Shuni, a dog. Shvapake has many interpretations. The way for us to interpret this is one who eats dogs. Got it? A great brahmana, a cow, an elephant, a dog, one who eats a dog. What this symbolizes is the gunas. The brahmana is sattvic. The cow is sattvic rajasic. The elephant is rajasic. The dog is rajasic tamasic. And the one who eats dogs naturally is tamasic. Do you see the spectrum now? From sattva to tamas. The one who eats dogs, think about this. If a dog is tamasic or rajasic tamasic, and I'm a human who can choose what I eat, if that's what I eat, most definitely, there's darkness inside of me. The depth of what is being shared here is the gunas. They are expressions of Maya. Maya is unexpressed. When expressed, it is the gunas. But Maya is dependent on Bhagwan or Mayapati. The one who has insights, they know what is deeper than gunas, what is deeper than Maya. They feel Bhagwan. They feel presence. Shared more. Existence, when it flows through forms and names, is still existence. When existence flows through forms and names, it is still existence. Examples of this in your text: an ocean. When water flows through an ocean or waves, it's still water. Gold, when it flows through the shape of my neck and is called a necklace, it's still gold. Other examples are the body. When you flow through the body, it's still you. This is you. This is you. Your home. When you go from your bedroom to the bathroom, do you announce that I am now going to the bathroom? It's still you. It's still your home. This is why the one who is wise, samadarshinaha, their vision is one of oneness or equality or balance. Many organizations are now focusing on EDI, equity, diversity, and inclusion. Here's your training manual on equality and balance. The only way one can practice such samatvam means balance, is when the root of that is purnatvam. Purnatvam means joy. When one is joyous, one lives in a balanced way. Joyous or content is the exact same and the first indicator of the wise that we explored in chapter 2. Lots more to think about. From inspiration to application. Your recent application was to catch up on living. For those who practice this, catching up is a way of stepping back. When we step back, then we come to see more about us, more about life. Make sure you keep catching up. Your application for this morning, at the end of 2020, we all took a collective sankalpa. We took up a community challenge that in 2021, we will be less annoyed. Less annoyed. Now we're well into 2022. I want you to compare yourself to how you were at the beginning of 2021 and now how you are at the beginning of 2022 in reference to being annoyed. What was your number? What is your number? The scale is 1, you're extremely annoyed, which means you're extremely annoying. 100 is you're extremely unannoyed, which means you're extremely unannoying. Okay, so 2 numbers you have to compare. Beginning to beginning. Shanti, shanti, shantihi. Be safe, be sound, be serene, be happiness.